Today, I want to talk about something that I call crash movements, crashing in. If you don't know anything about the helmet guard, just to get into it here, you're going to take in your stance. Do I have to go over the stance again? Gosh. No, I'm not going over the stance. I will do a video on just stances at some point, maybe. Yeah, maybe. So from here, we're in our stance. Our hands come up. I'm going to place my palms right on my hairline here, okay? My beautiful, thick hairline. Boom, right here. My elbows are in, my shoulders are relaxed, and I'm looking right in here, okay? Boom. Now, I know what you're going to say, dude, they can get you with the hook. Yeah, okay, cool. There's a counter to everything. There's a counter to 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 a counter forever, okay? You don't know, if they do that hook, I might go, whoo, right? Yeah, you didn't think about that. But so this crash movement, what I'm thinking about is how to get in, okay? You see those people, those old school martial artists that do these like block, 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 block. Yeah, I've done those. Those are great movements, but not too practical. If I'm reaching for a strike, I'm gonna get punched in the face. And I know because it's happened, all right? So I tend to use more helmet guard, or, you know, if I'm working my striking, more of like pillar blocks, things like this. Small movements to keep my computer protected, right? So talking about this helmet guard, what we're going to do, our palms are right here resting on that thick, beautiful hairline. You gotta have your chin tucked, dudes, friends, comrades. You gotta have your chin tucked, okay? My hips are a little bit hinged, okay? I don't want to have a straight back with this, and I don't want my chin up, because as you will see when we get to the heavy bag, if you're coming in, you don't want this to happen, okay? So when you do this movement, you got to have some irradiation through your body. If you don't know what irradiation is, it's flexing, okay? Flexing your muscles. But it's not like I'm coming in like trying to win a bodybuilding contest. I just come in, I put some tension through my body, okay? And the idea here, if you see those people that don't know how to fight, I love those guys. Those guys are awesome. People that don't know how to fight. And they do these like, rah, rah, rah. You know, this might sound rude, but gosh, I want one of those guys to try to beat me up. Do I? That's not very ethical, is it? No. I take that back. We're going to cut that out, okay? But if one did happen to start some smack and one did happen to throw one of these stupid strikes at me, this would be a good movement for you to use. So our common mistake is with people that don't know how to defend themselves against violence. When someone's punching at them, what our instincts tell us to do is turn away and run back. And that's just a really bad idea, right? Someone's trying to punch me in the face, and I do that. It's a bad idea, because what you're doing, if Mr. Jerkface, bully person, robber person, thug, really wants to punch me in the face, they're not just going to throw one punch and then watch you run away. They're going to keep coming, and as they keep coming, you're putting yourself right in their range of their fists. So just as most things in martial arts, a lot of this stuff is counterintuitive. So when Mr. Jerkface throws that strike, I'm going to use my crash movement and step in, okay? I'm going to get on the inside of that arm so I can do my work. I can get my clinches or work my combos. I'm going to show you how to work your combos out of this crash movement, okay? There's 3 different crash movements. We're going to use our shoulders, boom, and we're going to use our shoulders this way too to get in. And these crash movements are awesome. I love them. I use them a lot. I'm a little guy, and I like to get inside. I consider myself a bit of a clinch fighter, okay? I love to clinch. I love to wrap people up. If I can get a hold of you, you know, you might be in some trouble. So to get into this crash movement, first thing that you need to think about is you're not starting up close, okay? you're starting a little bit further away. Now, I use this crash movement for a lot of things, and to get back to the helmet guard, your good helmet guard, remember you're going to have your palm of your hand right on the hairline, right here. Boom, my elbows are in, okay? I have my back, it's not straight up anymore. My chin isn't up at all. Your chin's got to be tucked. I'm hinged forward a little bit right from here, okay? Because I want that power, that energy to go through my body, not through my neck, okay? So you're in tight. And remember, you have to have some good tension through your body, radiation, as you come in. So your first part, what I want you to do, get in striking range, okay? And take a good step back, right? This is generally where I like to do it. You can't do this stuff from too far away, okay? Right in from here. And then from here, we're going to work our shuffle in movement. We have a little bit more weight on our front foot, and we lift up and we drive in. Oh, I went to the heel again. Boom. To the ball of the foot. Yeah, sometimes I go to the heel. Look, I'm in progress here, okay? So we're here. Boom. Just like so. Good. Now what you're going to do, start off slow, gosh, and light. People do this way too much. They're like, yeah, I want to learn this new move. I'm going to do this new move. I'm going to come in as fast as I can, and then they hurt themselves. Don't do it. Go slow, please, okay? So you're here, hands up, helmet guard, boom. And you're going to crash in. And you're thinking about this part of your arm, your forearms, being like, just kind of like a shield, okay? It's coming in like a shield. Boom, just like so. Whew, oh, I love that feeling, man. And right now we're doing a lot of solo work just because of stupid stuff that's going on. So I want to show you how I like to practice this movement on the heavy bag during the solo work. And then, further on down the line, you'll see how we use this with partners and things like this, okay? So we're here, step in, boom. Now you can add this to your combinations. You can use it as an add-on. You can do your crash, then your combo, or you can do your combo, then your crash, right? So if I do my combo here, let's go first, boom, 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 crash, right? Or I can do my crash, boom, then my combo, right? That's fun. I like to do crash first, but I practice both. I like to think about what I call catch and release. If I get in, say maybe I get my clinch work here, boom, boom, and I do my release to do my damage, right? So catch and release. I'm going to come in, boom. Now if this was a human, I could do my body lock here or get my underhooks, right? But since it's not, boom, boom, and then you get out, okay? Right? I also like to think about movements of two. It's good to have combos that flow, but it's also good to break it down to, segment, piece by piece. What's a good follow-up? Just don't think about the flashy kicks, the flashy strikes. What would be a good follow-up here? Well, what looks good and feels good for me is my crash, step off line, hook. Good night. Boom. Oh, see, that feels good. That is fun. So when I crash here, boom, I'm going to step 45. Think more of like gazelle. So my foot comes in, I step, boom, and whip my hip into that. Boom. Time. Oh, good stuff. Boom. And then, of course, you can practice your combos as well. Boom, boom, boom. Good. And then also think about crashing after your combo. So how you set your combo up will depend on when or how you do the crash, right? If I want to think about after my combos, I might not want to get in here super tight and then practice my crash. I might want to keep long combos so I have that space to come in. Wow, that's a good one. Good stuff. So yeah, that's my idea on the crash. As I call it the crash. I'm sure it's called something else in like 100 different schools, but this is something I've been enjoying adding to my combo work. And most of the time, if I'm not looking for blood, I go slow. It's a kind of like, boom. I can put myself into a good zone, practice my movements, and it, to be honest, it becomes a bit of a meditation, right? Okay, so just keep that in mind. Okay, and then last, what we'll talk about is that shoulder push or strike or crash, or using my shoulder to do violence to you. Okay, so this one I like to start more from in. This is after I've already gotten in. So you could think about crash, right? Boom, and then do your work. What you're trying to think about is you're trying to strike with this part of your body right here. You're using this part to do violence here, okay? I'm sure you've seen that fight where Conor McGregor fought Donald Cerrone. Do you know anybody who thinks that fight was fake, right? I didn't seem fake. Was it fake? Is there something I don't know, right? I don't know. But he did those awesome shoulder strikes where he drove up and like he busted Cerrone's face up. It's not that, okay? That's not what we're doing. We're using our shoulder to come in, okay? Boom, boom, right? So if I do just the shoulder work, boom, just like so, okay? This hand here, I just dropped it, but probably not a good idea. What I tend to do is I bring my hand here to my chest. Boom. Because of course you want your hands up. Boom. Okay. Now, why would I do this? Because it's fun, right? If you know the idea of closest weapon, closest target, if you know anything about JKD, you use the closest weapon, closest target, right? Did that come from JKD? Gosh, I can't remember now. It all melds in together, right? But closest weapon, closest target. Maybe I'm in close, and the closest thing I have, the most effective thing I have during the struggle is the shoulder. Now, is the shoulder going to knock anybody out? No, but it might change what Mr. Badface does, right? Mr. Butt Sniffer over here might change what he does, right? Maybe he reacts in a way that leaves an opening. I don't know. Look, this is all make-believe. What do you want from me? Okay? And it's fun to practice. Boom, boom, and then you add your combos, right? What I tend to do here is I tend to work my way out from here, okay? Boom, boom, boom. And it can be whatever you want. Okay? Anything you want. It's another fun thing to add to your combo work. And then the last one, again, I say lastly a lot. Should I say next? Next, what we'll talk about, and I promise this is the last one this time, it's the shoulder strike, or what I call the body blow. If you know anything about, there's a move in the Book of Five Rings where Musashi says it's the body blow. And if you do it hard enough, it could cause death. I don't know if I necessarily believe that, but Musashi was probably the greatest swordsman that ever lived. And, you know, he's the one that won over 60 battles, most of them to the death. So maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But I still like to work off of it. So now what you're going to do, if you think about whatever lead shoulder is going to be the part you come in with. So similar to that footwork we were doing here, right? I mean, you could do this in a number of ways. You could do the shuffle in. The pendulum step is good for it too, right? I tend to do the shuffle in just because it feels better to me. So from here, got a little bit more weight on my front foot. Now I'm going to bring this to my face, okay? Or my chin, or my face, okay? And I'm going to come in, and I'm just using this part of my body, boom. And it's kind of like a push. I'm coming in, I'm crashing and pushing, right? Do the other side. And then you work your combos off of there. Boom, boom, boom. I find a lot from these crash movements and these push movements from in close, the hooks feel good after it. Other side. Woo. Good stuff. Yeah, one more. Let's see here. Push. Nice. Okay, good. That's it for what I call my crash series. Again, it's just another way to get creative, practice on the heavy bag. I know a lot of us are doing these solo drills nowadays. Some of us aren't. Kudos to you. But think about creativity, okay? You got to get creative. Those of us that have been training for a long time, we know, man, like I spend at least one day a week making up weird, sometimes very stupid drills, but to practice my creativity. Creativity is like a muscle, man. You got to work it. You got to work it. If you're a martial artist, I would suggest you spend some time to work on your creativity, okay? Now, these movements aren't anything that people haven't seen, right? But I've thought about how I could make them work for me, get creative, and add my own little flair to it, right? And remember, there's nothing new under the sun, right? You may think there is, but trust me, there's not, okay? Good. Remember, please like and subscribe, leave a comment. I'm still waiting for a hater. I haven't gotten one yet. Please, I'm waiting for a hater. I can't wait to battle, okay? So like, comment, and subscribe. Share this shit with your friends, and I'll see you next time. This is my message to the world. Don't think you've won before the battle is over. It's not a good idea. Be prepared. Stay on your toes. Keep your focus up and out. There's before the battle, during the battle, and after the battle. Don't celebrate until you're after the battle, okay? Words of the warrior.